The state of Wisconsin is warning consumers about a series of calls telling people that they're listed in a court case.
This comes a month after a Cottage Grove woman called for action, warning news reviewers about the scam. And Adam Schrager joining us now with more on that. Hello, Adam.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
This came out at the end of our Protect Yourself week. You may remember we featured retired teacher Marilyn Bauer, who had called for action after receiving 9 phone calls in a 2-week span telling her that she'd been named in a civil suit and the only way out was to pay. When she originally got the call, she was so scared, her hands were shaking. The phone calls told her she'd be served with a summons at home or at work. When we called on her behalf to investigate further, we ended up being hung up on. A warning from Wisconsin's Consumer Protection Division today stated complaints had been filed with a number of Wisconsin agencies about similar calls. So the agencies offered these tips to consumers who might get a call like this with any automated call. You should never hit any keys while you're getting that phone call, because if you do, it indicates to the caller that your phone number is active. You could get even more calls in the future. Simply hang up or delete any voicemail. False court order scams have been reported in Minnesota, Idaho, New Hampshire, numerous other states. If you do end up speaking with someone related to a call like this, we always talk about it. Don't give out any personal information. That only leads to even more problems.
Absolutely.
Well, that would be scary. Local police are also warning consumers about another phone scam that's going around, and this one involves your credit card.
I don't know if it's the time of year or what's going on here. We have a lot of these right now, and this one we learned about from the Wisconsin Crime Prevention Association, which described it as, quote, pretty slick, because the callers provide you with a lot of information except the one piece that they need. It's usually from someone who says they're with Visa or MasterCard. They've somehow gotten your credit card number, be it through a hacking or looking through garbage. That's what might have happened in Fort Atkinson, where they've reported a number of these phone calls recently. They ask if you've made a purchase for just under $500. When you say no, they recite your information back to you, but then they ask for your 3-digit security code on the back to, in their words, make sure your card hasn't been stolen. Well, if you give them that 3-digit number, you've basically given them the keys to your credit card castle. Always hang up and call someone back in a case like that. An extra 2 minutes could save you a lot of money.
And maybe invest in a shredder. If they're going through the garbage for that stuff, it's on your bill.
You should shred everything that you can, personal information.
All right, speaking of this time of year, we talked about charitable donations recently, and that leads to our spam report of the week.
We're talking about free money. We love free money. We're talking about Mega Millions. That's not really free, but it could be really free money. Who wouldn't want a free grant from the United Nations to help end world hunger? Before we get into the details of that, though, if you have an email that you want to submit for the spam report in the future, it'd be great if you sent it to me at aschrager@wisctv.com. All right, here we go with today's spam report from Mark, and it's called Development Wish. It reads, you've been selected by the United Nations Development Program for a cash grant to enhance and develop the standard of living geared toward poverty eradication. Contact Secretary Robert Daniels with your full details via email. Now, there are folks out there who might question how the UN spends its money, and its development program does have a $5 billion annual budget, so it's not implausible to think there's some big-time grants being passed out around the world. However, one simple internet search shows the same scam has been around, the exact same email, in fact, since 2009. There is also no Robert Daniel at the agency. I know we all want to help, especially this time of year, but just take your time, do your research, and hit delete. If you have any consumer problems you want us to help solve, you can take part in our call for action by going to the website anytime at channel3000.com/call for action, or you can talk to the volunteers at 608-270-2833. Their hotline is open from 11 to 1 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Continue to do wonderful work.
They do.
Adam, thank you.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
Adam.
Appreciate it.
We'll be right back.